वात्सल्यामृतवर्षिणीं सुमधुरं सङ्गीर्तनालापिनीं श्यामाङ्गीं मधुसिक्तसूक्तिम् अमृतानन्दात्मिकामीश्वरी ॐ शङ्खं चक्रं जलोकां धततमृतघटं चारुदोर्भिश्चतुर्भिः सूक्ष्मस्वच्छादि हृद्यां शुकपरिविलसन्मौलिम् अम्बोजनेत्रम् कालाम्बोदोज्ज्वलाङ्गं कटितटविलसच्चारुपीताम्बराढ्यं वन्दे वन्दे धन्वन्तरीं तं निखिलगदवनप्रौढदावाग्निलीलम् तं निखिलगदवनप्रौढदावाग्निलीलम्.
I would like to invite Dr. Ramesh NV, Principal in Charge, Amrita School of Ayurveda, to deliver the welcome speech.
Om Amriteshwari Namaha. Good morning to all. Heartily welcome all of you to Amrita together. Individually, we have invited you earlier during counseling. Okay, as a part of induction ceremony, as it has been told in the morning session, we had a ritualistic function on an auspicious day. Now, it's an official program. And of course, as the CCIM or NCISM apex body has mandated, we need to have a 15 days transitional curriculum. Whatever you have studied, whatever you have forgotten, everything has to be revived and brought into the stream of Ayurvedic learning, for which CCIM has already given us a timetable. So, the Amrita, especially as we have told you in the earlier, we have one more additional program in the beginning to make Sanskrit as a comfortable language. We have 1 week of a Sanskrit speaking course also, followed with the transitional curriculum. Those are all the official things. And before that, today after the auspicious function, we want to have a small function where you will be inspired by the great personalities of Ayurveda, and there are few people in front of you, and it's my responsibility to invite all of them for this function. First of all, even though it's an official invitation, our welcome, it's a part and parcel. Our Swamiji, Shankaramritanandapuri, is a dean of Amrita School of Ayurveda, will be leading us, not only you people, leading all of us in the field of Ayurveda. And whatever we do in Amrita is because of his inspiration. You all met him earlier during the counseling. And for today's function, to bless us all, I'll invite Swami Shankaramritanandapuri to bless us. And as you know, generally in a state, Ayurveda is headed by a Ayush director. You might have known about it. And even in Kerala, uh, the post is called as DAME, Director of Ayurveda Medical Education. And we do have here the ex-director Director of Ayurveda Medical Education, Dr. Vasudevan Nambudiri sir. So there are so many DAMEs in each state. What is speciality about our Nambudiri sir is, and he was a teacher of many famous Ayurveda physicians in India. It's not only teaching, it's inspiring. And we are fortunate to have him in our institution as an HOD of Panchakarma as well as a principal. And before I took a charge, sir was leading us. And much more than that, why he is a suitable person, I want to tell is, and I have never seen a day where he doesn't study. His morning starts with reading a textbook called as Ashtanga Hridaya, which is an essence of Ayurveda. Even though he was a teacher for thousands of students and a famous doctors, he himself is a student. Sir always used to say, the day you stop reading, or the day you forget that you are a student, you ceases to exist as a doctor, or especially an Ayurveda Vaidya. And he inspired not only our students, our faculties also to study the subject in a classical way, textbook way. And sir is going to share his thoughts, and we thought he will be the best person to speak to you, inspire you. I wholeheartedly welcome Nambudiri sir for this function. And Swamiji Achyutamrita Chaitanya is a part and parcel of Amrita family. Swamiji is a principal of a school of spiritual science, which is a part of Amrita University. And he is the person who has studied a lot of spiritual things, practices it, and also conveys it in a very simple way. And Ayurveda being a spiritual science which you are going to follow. And Swamiji's introduction to you, I hope, will be a very essential part. On behalf of Amrita family, I welcome Swamiji Achyutamrita Chaitanya to this function. And as we told during the counseling, Amrita School of Ayurveda has got a separate research wing, an independent research wing which is headed by a renowned physician. It's Dr. Ram Manohar. Even though officially he is a part of our college as a faculty, he is much more than that. By the time you get into Ayurveda field, you will be able to know about him much more. He has inspired many Ayurveda scholars to look into the research field and the importance of research in Ayurveda also. Sir is a very good orator, and he will be an ideal person to inspire you to know and love Ayurveda much more. And for this function, I wholeheartedly welcome Ramanath sir. And the star attraction of today is 60 of you, all of you. And I am proud to say that I have a representative from 14 different states of India, starting from Rajasthan, UP to Kerala and Tamil Nadu. And like Amma says, Amma always says, Mata Amrita, my world is one family. And Amrita Ayurveda is also going to be like that. So earlier we used to have students from our state. Now I am very proudly saying that we have kids from 14 different states with different cultures, different mind setup. And another 5.5 years we are going to live like a family. And I wholeheartedly welcome each one of you to the Amrita family. Welcome you all. And I also welcome faculties, PG scholars who are behind this function. And once again, welcome you all. Thank you.
I would like to welcome Dr. Ramesh NV, Principal in Charge, Amrita School of Ayurveda, to this program. Now, with due respect, I invite the backbone of our institution, Sampuja Swamiji Shankara Amritanandapuri, Dean, Amrita School of Ayurveda, to address the gathering with his blissful words.
Om Amriteshwari Namaha. My humble pranams of the lotus feet of Amma. My pranams to everyone who are gathered here. Dr. Vasudevananda sir, Dr. Ramanohar, Achyutam Chaitanya, Dr. Ramesh, Dr. Leena, and all the students who are gathered here. My pranams to all of you. During the counseling sessions, we have given you a very broad outline about Amrita as well as what you are going to study. A very brief outline. It is just like a picture of a house, a big building. What is the estimate? How many rooms are there? How much of space is there? What are all the other facilities? When it will be completed? Whether there's a lift. Like this, every building, most of you are from Maharashtra. So you will know whenever you visit a place, there will be a picture outside, a board, when they will complete, who is the builder. And then mostly they try to complete it within that stipulated time. So a similar picture we have given you also, a picture of what you are going to become after 5 years. It's a flowery promise that we have given, but it is not that easy. Flowery words are very easy. I can give motivational speeches and say that sky is the limit and beyond the sky is the limit. Many things I can say. I can say that you can become a national cricket player, but is it that easy? It's not. So we have also given you many subjects. We have introduced you some subjects that you know basic anatomy and physiology. Now you have to elaborate it. You have to study in a very elaborate manner. So all those things we have already told you. The difficulty of learning Sanskrit. Already Dr. Ramesh told that Samskrita Bharati, an expert in the particular field, are going to take you classes for 10 days. I promise you, it is not a flowery promise that you will speak in 10 days in Sanskrit. So those important things we have taken care, of course. I remember my earlier days. I just passed out 10th standard with I was only 40 kilos. Now I'm 77. I'm double. A small boy, 2 people will sit. My classmate was Dr. Suresh, who is a famous orthopedic doctor in Trivandrum. He's got a big hospital there. We used to sit in single chair. It was possible for us. Now both of us will not fit into one chair. So from there, when we spoke in broken English, we didn't know anything. Nothing. We knew nothing. Our teachers were our inspiration. Right from learning punctuality, right from learning many other things. Many things. Everything. In fact, everything. Not only Sanskrit. Sanskrit was also very difficult. So they inspired us. They were not only through words, it's not exactly, they were not orators at all by any means such of imagination. It's not oratory skills, it's not giving you flowery promises. But to show you the path, my teacher used to always say me, I also repeat it. He used to tell me that I am not bothered about whether you pass or fail. I am only bothered about your character. He openly used to say, if you chant Lalita Sahasranama, everything will be forgotten. All the other mistakes will be forgiven. So I followed it and so I escaped many things. That is a different story. But I will say the same thing to you. If you chant Lalita Sahasranama, I will forgive all your mistakes. No doubt about that. I will not bother about your studies. I'm giving you an open promise. I'm more concerned about your culture. I want to give you back to your parents as you have come with in the same innocent nature. But our duty is to train you in the Ayurvedic field, which is a great science. If we fail, it's not Amrita that fails, it's not me that fail, but it is our heritage that fails. So that gives me a lot of pain. Actually, when you after studying everything in India, what is expressed nicely about our culture is Ayurveda. The best thing that is happening about our culture is Ayurveda. All the other things, are degraded. The music has degraded. The Vedic culture is degraded. Our natural lifestyles are degraded. So we have gone much away from that. But Ayurveda is still nicely practiced and expressed in a proper way. So we represent that tradition. It is also a bridge between spirituality and social living. So, like Nidana is the bridge between non-clinical and clinical subjects. Now, if you learn it properly, then you can slowly slide into spirituality also. So that gives you a good guidance. I hope you are understanding me. So we will be, as I have told in the counseling, we are not at all strict. We want you to become correct. We want you to become proper. Don't exceed your. It is called as Ati Yoga, exceeding your limits. Ayoga means not doing. People are afraid to face situations. People are afraid to come up in front. If I ask you a question, you hesitate. You do not express yourself. Even if you do not know, you can say that I do not know. Those things are not happening. I want all of you to come to the forefront and say at least a word of thanks in a stage without fear. You become a different person when you express yourself correctly. So we would like to give you many opportunities, not only in curriculum but also in the other aspects. So you'll be immediately you'll find a big change when you encounter the Sanskrit classes. So more things I will speak as. I am not the main speaker today. So I promise that we'll try our best to provide you a colorful, a most useful personality, a career that develops your holistic personality. So I pray for Amma's abundant, gracious blessings. She may shower her blessings on all of you. Most of you have met Amma also. So more I pray to Amma that she will shower her blessings on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Swamiji. Now, I am honored to invite Dr. M.R. Vasudevan Namburi sir, former DAME and former principal of Amrita School of Ayurveda, to enlighten us with his great insights. Welcome, sir.
കേൾക്കോ ഇതിങ്ങനെ ഇങ്ങോട്ട് പോരാതിരിക്കാൻ എന്താ മാർഗം? Respected Swamiji, is it audible? Is it working? Respected Swamiji, Shankarada Amrita my dear friend Dr. Ram Manohar, Principal Doctor, then Achyuta Amritananda. Actually, I am here as not as a guest but as a part of the family, because I was the principal of this college for nearly 7 years. Hence I know everything what is happening here, which is very student friendly. Today I heard that there are students from 14 or 15 states, which means that Vasudhaiva Kudumbakan, like that, it is a mini India which is sitting in front of me. Moreover, I heard one more thing. There are more students from Maharashtra. Actually, I am having a soft corner towards Maharashtra because my daughter is married to Mumbai and she is staying there. I occasionally visit Mumbai for seeing her. Hence, I am having a soft corner towards, I think more than 25 students are there from Maharashtra. That is also a good news for me. Anyway, this course can be, it's a very long course, you may be knowing, for 5.5 years long course, Actually, this course can be compared to a 10,000 meter race. Have you seen 10,000 meters race in Olympics? Have you seen 10 kilometers race, not a 100 meters dash? Because that same technique cannot be used for winning in a 100 meters dash and 10,000 meters race. Is it correct? What for winning in a 10,000 meters race, what we have to follow? Always be in the front, but keeping a pace, a particular pace. But do not allow anyone to overcome us. But sometimes, some 10-15 people will be there. If 50 people are starting the race, some 10-15 people will be there in the front. After half the time, some of them will be again behind. Then, but still they will keep a pace, and finally they will rush to get a first place. Is it correct? In this, actually, I always remember that our Ayurvedic study is like that. For example, if you are losing one paper in the first year, we are very behind. Don't give me a chance, give such chances, Always be in the front row of 10 or 15 like that. Then only you can succeed. In that way, you have to make your studies. From day one, Swamiji told that some Sanskrit in-service course is going to be conducted. Many other programs are there, educational programs are there. From day one, you have to be very alert. Then only you can succeed and finally become a good doctor. And definitely that will be a great chance. Then, once there are many qualities should be attributed to a student. In my opinion, the first and foremost is honesty. Honesty. Always tell truth alone. Because sometimes you may be late in the class. What is the problem? Sir, today I slept over. Because I was not able to wake up early morning. That is why I was late. Some people may say, sir, the bus missed. Because the bus was a bit early. Hence I could not get that bus. He is blaming that bus and driver. But actually that is not the truth. He was late, basically. But you have to have that boldness to say that I am a bit late because of my laziness. You have to admit, definitely, there is one story regarding C.V. Raman. Have you heard C.V. Raman? A Nobel laureate, Once he conducted one interview for selecting some, for a top post of some scientist, Then some 10-15 candidates were there. Then finally, after the interview, the selection list was published. Some 3 people were selected, and that list was published. After 5 o'clock office time, when he came out of the interview hall, one man is wandering, who actually attended that interview. One man is wandering there. Then he called, why you are wandering here? Already the selection list is published. Then why are you again here? That man was not selected. Then he told that, sir, I came here to return some money because, actually traveling allowance was distributed here after the interview. But I received that money and rushed to the railway station. When I went to the railway station and when I searched my purse for taking the money, I found that 100 rupee note is excess with me, which was actually a fault of that cashier. He gave me excess 100 rupees. I actually came here to return that money. But unfortunately, the counter is closed. What to do, I don't know. Because I don't know that cashier. Then C.V. Raman called him and went to the interview room again and asked him his family background and everything. Then he was very convinced that he is the right person to be selected. Then he actually 3 persons were selected. As a 4th man, this man is also selected. You see the price of or reward of honesty. See, everywhere it is rewarded. Hence, you have to keep that should be in mind. Moreover, in Ayurveda, another thing is that our aim is to become a good physician or a good researcher or a good teacher. Definitely for that, theoretical knowledge is very essential. Hence, you have to study some slokas. The Sanskrit language is very unfamiliar. I know it very well. But, that doesn't make any hurdle for you, because for myself and I think for Ramanohar or any student who is coming to study Ayurveda after our plus 2 course, doesn't know any knowledge regarding Ayurveda. For example, myself, I am totally unaware of Sanskrit language. But, after coming to the college, there is a 1 or 2 papers for Sanskrit in first year and second. At that time, in second year also, Sanskrit paper was there. It is very easy, because, we need not become a very big scholar in Ayurveda, in Sanskrit. But at least we have some basic knowledge by which, definitely we will be able to read and understand what is in the text. That alone is necessary for a normal practitioner or normal scientist. That much of depth of knowledge is sufficient actually. Hence, definitely you have to take care, because we are studying an very unfamiliar language, for which you have to give more importance for studying that language. Otherwise, it may be difficult to understand Ayurveda even in future. Moreover, you should be very focused. What is your aim? That should be focused. For example, your father and mother or your parents, entrusted you to Swamiji. After 5.5 years, definitely, you should be what Swamiji told is 100% correct. Your character should be protected well. Along with that, you should gain great knowledge in Ayurveda, which is a healing science, you may be knowing, but it is a great science which is dealing with our day-to-day life also. How from it's Dinacharya is told, from the very morning when we wake up to going to the bed in the night, what should be done, what should not be done, everything is told in our science. Everything. How to speak, how to smile, how to sleep, everything. It is told very elaborately in Ayurveda. Hence, definitely, if you are following the things which are told in Dinacharya, definitely you can keep a good health also. Moreover, after all, you joined for Ayurveda. In the next a few years, you will be a good doctor, no doubt at all. Then, from this day onwards, today onwards, you have to keep Ayurveda in mind. For example, for your minor ailments like fever or any problems, minor ailments, you have to seek Ayurvedic medicine alone. You do not go for modern medicine, because nowadays, modern medicine is becoming a failure in many fields. For example, 3 areas are there which are not approachable for us. For example, surgical cases or emergency management. Is it a severe infection? In these cases, much weapons are not there with us. But all the other areas, including metabolic disorders or many types of cancer, many types of neurodegenerative diseases, we are only having effective remedy. Because I am seeing at least 10 to 15 patients every day for the last nearly 40 years. You see, hence I am very confident that, we are the leaders in Ayurveda, not the modern medicine people. Because most of my relatives are modern medicine doctors, they seek advice from me for their most of the problems, because now they are aware that most of these modern medicines are chemicals, and even we are taking on aspirin, acetyl salicylic acid, that will create much problem. You see, hence now the world is, I think Ramanohar can explain it very well than me, because he is an international figure, not like me. He can explain more. World is coming to study or practice Ayurveda, because I am a consultant of a Cochin based hospital, where almost 90% of the patients are from foreign countries like Middle East countries, Germany or South Africa, many countries, Why they are coming here? Only for getting good Ayurvedic treatment. This modern medical treatment is available there also. They are not ready to accept that, which means that, Ayurveda is becoming globally, but the thing is that, you have to be equipped with good knowledge and good practical knowledge. Then only you can manage all those cases. That is another thing. Then, for becoming a good physician, definitely you have to keep your health also. Hence, you have to follow daily exercise, daily good food, daily normal good thinking. All these things are very essential. You see, in Ayurveda, one Rasayana is told, Satyavadina Makrotham, Adhyatma Pravanendriyam. Satyavadina Makrotham, Adhyatma Pravanendriyam. Satyavadina means always say truth. Then Satyavadina Akrotham, don't be always be very angry, because if you are becoming angry, that is not good for our health. Sometimes it may be good for the other man's health, but it is not good for our health. Satyavadina Akrotham Adhyatma Pravanendriyam. Hey, hello. What's the next line? Kamanohar. Shantam Sadrutta Niradam. Vidyal Nityarasayanam. Shanta means very cool. Sadrutta Niradam. What is Sadrutta means? What is taught in this college, Sadrutta, always do good deeds alone. Vidya Nityarasayanam. Actually, if you are practicing, I know that it is very difficult to practice all those things, but if you are practicing these things from today onwards, definitely, that is a very stress relieving thing. Stress relieving. Nowadays, you know that, almost all the diseases are happening due to stress alone. If hypertension is coming, stress. Then if, people are becoming diabetic early at the age of 40 due to stress in the office, in the IT field. Like that, the most important stress relieving factor is this Satyavadinam Akrotham Adhyatma Pravanendriyam Shandam Sadrutta Naradam Vidyal Nityarasayana. You see, actually that is why in Rasayana Gunair Etai Samudidai Prayungteyo Rasayanam. When we are undergoing one treatment, definitely you have to keep all these things. When you are undergoing treatment, you should be Satyavadinam Akrotham Adhyatma Pravanendriyam, like that, then you can enjoy life. Moreover, it will be a stress-free life also. In this way, definitely, Ayurveda is totally focused, Hence, you have to study well. From the day one, Dr. Leena Madam is here. I think from the first class itself, she will teach you basic principles, because, the basic principles are the cardinal feature of Ayurveda. When we build a house, now when you are going to Kochi or Trivandrum, you can see some 20, from the Bombay, people are very familiar with that. 40 floor or 50 floor flats are there. You see, actually, if the basic this thing is not proper, definitely how can this building stand erect? It is very difficult, Hence, its foundation should be very, very strong. Actually, she is teaching you the foundation of Ayurveda, which are the basic principles of Ayurveda, in which you have to give more importance, because Ayurveda is totally built upon in that basic principles alone. Hence, you have to give more importance and care for studying the basic principles. Many disciplines are there. For example, Dravya Guna Vijnana, which is related to pharmacology, or Nidana Sthana, which is related to the details of the diseases. Then all these things are very, very important. But initially, definitely in the first year topic, apart from Sanskrit and other subjects, these basic principles are very important. Hence, you have to give more care in that way. Then, I asked my wife, I am going to Amrita. I told my wife, I am going to Amrita for a speech, because she was also a teacher, retired from the medical college. as I retired as a vice principal. She is also having a teaching experience of nearly 32 years. Then I asked her, any suggestion for giving any advice to students? Then she told, what you usually talk is enough, but I think I can add one more, which is that, which is very relevant to today's climate. What is that? The drug abuse. What she told is correct. In medical colleges and in many other colleges, the use of drug among the young generation is getting alarmingly increasing, which is very, very dangerous for the future generation. Definitely, Kerala is the hub. Police people always say that Kerala is one of the hub of these malpractices. Hence, definitely you have to abstain from that. You have to voluntarily make a oath that I should not take, or I should not promote, or I should not take any of these drugs, which are intoxicating, which is very, very dangerous to your future. That also should be taken in mind. Then finally, in Charaka Samhita 1 sloka is there. Atmanameva manyeta kartaram sukhadukhayo tasmal srayaskaram margam pratipadyeta. No trasail, which means that, if in your case, you and you alone is responsible for your miseries and your well-being. If you are a failure in life, definitely that is not due to you alone, not because of any other people like teachers or parents or neighbors or any other people. You and you alone is responsible for your destiny, which means that, but your comfortable life is, if you are having a very comfortable life, for that also you are responsible. No one is responsible for that. Hence, everybody has to take that. Your individuality you have to keep. You have to study well. You have to obey the teachers. You have to keep the heritage of Amritanandamayi also. Because, you are coming out not from Government Ayurveda College Trivandrum or from Government Ayurveda College, this Tripunithara, or from Pandalam College. You are coming out of Amritanandamayi Ayurveda College. Definitely, she is having a great position. Definitely, we have to keep that also. In that way, definitely you are very lucky students, because, in no other colleges, the admission is totally completed and classes started. Because I usually go for taking classes. Last year I went to Kottakkal Ayurveda College and Trivandrum Ayurveda College and here. 3 colleges I visited. This time I am coming to give a speech in this college alone, because I am having some other engagements. Because anyway, I am very happy that I was able to meet you alone. I hope that after 5.5 years you will come out of this college with flying colors as a good doctor, as a good or a good researcher or a good physician. Definitely you will be able to do that, provided from the first day itself, you have to work hard. Because, you do, which is the normal intelligence quotient, IQ, is almost 100. Is it correct? Myself is having 100, Swamiji is having 100, Ramanohar is having 100, you are having 100, this fellow is having 100, everybody is having almost 100 IQ. But some people are flourishing in the field, some people are not flourishing in the field. What is the reason for that? Definitely, they are not hard working, they are very lazy. That is why, even though intelligence quotient or IQ is there, some people are not up to the mark. Why? They are lazy. Hence, this alasyam hi manushyanam sharirastho mahan ripu. Ripu means enemy. Ripu means enemy. In our body, one enemy is there. We can call him as or her as laziness, alasyam. Alasyam hi manushyanam sharirastho mahan ripu. One very powerful enemy is there in our body, which can be called as laziness. If that enemy is ruling us, nothing will happen. We will be we are not going to reach anywhere in the world. You see, that is the thing. Hence, say goodbye to Alasyam. Very definitely you have to work hard. In that way only you can become a good teacher, because your parents are expecting much more things from you. Certain people when leave from here, they keep some footprints here. For example, I can tell you one example. In Kerala, one very good eye hospital is there called Sridhariyam. There one NPP Nambudiri was there. He is normal. Some 3 or 4 years back he expired. I think his granddaughter is here. Can she stand here? See, she is his granddaughter. Actually, the ophthalmic division of Ayurveda is not known some 20-25 years back. But he was a great physician in Ayurvedic ophthalmology. Hence, he established that all the diseases, especially degenerative diseases, can be cured with Ayurveda alone. Thousands of people came to meet him. That is why he left a footprint which we can follow. That's a good idea. He specialized in that area. Thousands of people were attracted to that hospital. Now the hospital, even though in his absence also, that hospital is running in a good way. See, here his granddaughter is here to study with you Ayurveda. Such eminent personalities were there in Kerala, like T.N. Krishan Mosad, P.K. Warrior, then Raghavan Tirunulpad, Dr. Rajagopal, many eminent physicians. They were not now, but the eminent physicians were in Kerala. They left some footprint in Ayurveda, which we can follow also. Hence, definitely we have to follow those people. Definitely you will be in a very good position. After 5.5 years, definitely you will be good doctors also. Anyway, if possible, after 5.5 years, for a convocation of years, if the management is calling me, definitely I will come here to wish you all again. I think that will happen, which means that definitely you have to take care of your own health, study well, keep the heritage of Amritanandamaya Ashramam. Then that will be good for you and your family and for the nation also. Thank you once again for giving me a chance.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening words and for giving some insights to the students about the divine science they are going to study. I request Sampujya Swamiji Shankara Amritananda Puri to felicitate Dr. Vasudevan Namboodir, sir. Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you, sir. Now, I invite Dr. Ram Manohar, Research Director, Amrita School of Ayurveda, to address the gathering.
अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. Om Amriteshwarya Namaha. First of all, I would like to welcome all of you to the Amrita family. And I wish you at the very outset, a very illustrious and engaging career in the field of Ayurveda. As was mentioned earlier, and after listening to the very inspiring speech from Nambudiri sir, I'm just thinking what are the additional points I can add to inspire you and make you energetic to pursue this course. I'd like to ask first of all a question. Are you all happy? Yes. Because there is a time when people join Ayurveda, they are actually rejected. There was dejected. There was a time like that, like a love failure. Wanted to study modern medicine but did not get admission and then came to study Ayurveda. Now things have changed. I'm sure many of you have chosen Ayurveda out of your own interest. And what has happened is afterwards you still, like an illicit relationship, you are still interested in modern medicine. And many people are practicing modern medicine even after studying Ayurveda. That situation is changing. And Ayurveda is emerging, at a global level. Nambudiri sir was highlighting that. And today in India has become the hub for the global development of traditional medicine. Do you know why? What has happened very recently? Gujarat. What has happened in Gujarat? Anybody knows? Yeah, it is in Gujarat. Something has happened which has made India the global hub for traditional medicine. Who? WHO. So he came there. What happened there? No. It is actually WHO has established for the first time the Global Center for Traditional Medicine of the WHO is now going to be based in India, in Jamnagar, Gujarat. For so many decades, traditional medicine in WHO meant only Chinese system. Even Indian Ayurveda representatives were not there. It is only recently that Dr. Geeta Krishnan was able to go to Geneva and become an officer representing Ayurveda in WHO. So this is not a small thing. Our government has taken a very big, step in giving a global platform for traditional medicine and making India the leader for development of traditional medicine world over. So it is a GCTM because anything related to traditional medicine, this WHO center is going to be the leader in that. So even as this is happening, in India also some big changes have happened. That there is a movement for integrative medicine in India. In India what is happening is pluralistic system. You have different medical systems. They all work independently and they keep throwing mud at each other. So allopathic doctors are always critical, even though as Nambudiri sir was mentioning, they may come to Ayurveda clinicians for treatment. On public stage they will never accept. Ayurveda doctors are also criticizing allopathic physicians, other systems. In India we have also different medical systems. So you are here like one family, different states, you all have to learn how to move together. As the Vedic mantra, Sam Gachatvam, Sam Vadadvam. This is needed for medical systems also. We have to understand that no medical system is complete. So when you study a science like Ayurveda, that global vision should be there. We are not the only medical doctors in the world or Vaidyas. There are many other systems. It's very important that we learn how different medical systems work and cooperate together to help the patient, because at the end of the day, it is the patient's welfare that is actually of primary importance. And if we do our task well, where Ayurveda can contribute, if you understand that and you also cooperate with others, then we will be able to contribute to a more healthy society. When I was, since we started with WHO, when I was a student of BMS, that is when WHO came with the slogan, Health for All by 2000 AD. I don't know if you have heard of this. And we were all discussing about it, because in our college where we studied in Gurukula, our head of the institution used to bring a lot of big people and we were exposed to the WHO ideal. And many of us were wondering, is it so easy to give health for all by 2000 AD? Is health something that can be put into a bottle and distributed to everybody? And when 2000 AD came, what happened? By that time, AIDS came, and the whole world was in a big shock and fear. Instead of health for all, what happened was a great epidemic. And after 2000, in 2000, nothing happened. The world was actually getting more and more sick. We had modern medicine has developed more transplants, more hospitals coming up everywhere. Just like medical shops, you have hospitals everywhere. So everybody is feeling safe because a hospital is nearby. If I get a heart attack, I can easily reach the hospital. So we lost the confidence of living healthily. Our body is designed to last 100 years. None of the organs have to fail before you reach 100 years as per nature. It is only because of bad lifestyle, this disturbance to nature, all that we are facing these problems. Then WHO changed its health care for all. We cannot give health for all. They became wiser. They say we'll give health care. So it's universal health coverage. And then came COVID. So the countries with the maximum access to healthcare suffered the most. So healthcare for all is also not enough. So that is where the wisdom of Ayurveda. What has Ayurveda said? Health intelligence for all. That is the only way to make the whole world healthy. If you create awareness, health is our responsibility. It is not the responsibility of, like in C20, Amma is the chair and she has given this motto, you are the light. So in a similar way, what Ayurveda says, that is the responsibility of the future Ayurveda physician. A Vaidya means one who teaches, one who knows and one who teaches, not one who treats. A Vaidya is a person who informs, awakens the other person. If you say Dhanvantari, the word Dhanvantari actually means Dhanusha Arinam Anto Yena Kritasa Dhanvantari. Dhanush is the bow. Anta means end. Ari means enemy. So the one who destroys the enemies. Who are the enemies? Enemies are in our mind. Shadribhus as they call. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Valsarya. And our body is Dhanus. Using our own body, Shara, Prana is the Shara. And when you are correcting the functions of the body in a correct way and your mind is becoming focused and calm and all these stresses from the mind are removed. That is when Dhanvantari awakens. So our goal, we have to understand, is world is moving towards not only recognition of traditional medicine. As Swami mentioned, don't be over unrealistic and over enthusiastic saying Ayurveda is going to conquer the whole world, modern medicine is going to disappear. No. What good things modern medicine has created is going to remain. Do you know what is the first major killer disease worldwide? Anybody knows? Number one killer. Smallpox is eradicated. No. Cardiovascular disease. Cardiovascular disease is number one killer. Number two, cancer. Number three, doctor. Third biggest killer is medicine itself. This is not a joke, it has been published in BMJ, all these. And especially in the developed nations, when doctors go on strike, mortality rate is coming down by 50% to 30%. It's also not a joke. Why? Because modern medicine is a tool. It is an amazing tool. It has created new insights. I am a great fan of modern medicine also. But it is being abused. The abuse of modern medicine is to be questioned, not modern medicine itself. It is being unnecessarily used, as Sir just pointed out. Antimicrobial resistance. Why? Antibiotics are useful. It's a great discovery. It has helped humanity so much, but it is being misused. Anybody goes for pregnancy now, they will remove they will do cesarean only. Anybody goes with they will remove the uterus. This is an abuse of modern medicine. So we have to make sure that in the future we are using, bringing this wisdom of healthcare and showing to the world how all medical systems can, work together. And I think there India is going to take the leadership, and you are all supposed to become global ambassadors. I'd like to conclude just with one thing. See, you have come to Amrita, and Ayurveda is said to be Ayurvedo Amritanam. Amrita means what? Immortal. Is it not? What is undying? And that is actually the quest of human life. That is the quest of Ayurveda also, because we know the body, we are dealing with the body which is destructing, which is destroying, is it not? So the goal of our human life is to, everything is getting destroyed. There is something which is remaining immortal. And the goal of Ayurveda is to give you enough health and lifespan so that we can discover this higher goal of life. I also want to conclude by saying that the most important quality, many beautiful suggestions and advices were given by Nambudiri sir. I want to add to that by saying, what do you think is the most important quality of a healer or a Vaidya? Yeah, tell. What is compassion? Yes, there is a story of Nagarjuna. Once he advertised, I am taking disciples, but only one seat is available. In those days, it was not 60, 100, only 1 or 2 students would be selected. But I will put them through a test. So he invited students. 2 of them came. And then he said, I am going to put you to a test. I am going to make a rasayana, a medicine. So you have to watch me very closely. And the person who learns it very well, he will become my disciple. So he explained everything, both of them watched, and then they went away. The next day, both of them came, but one came empty-handed, and the other person came with the rasayana. So it's a story very similar to C.V. Raman's story. So the Guru said, let me check the rasayana. And he looked and tasted, and he said, oh, this is excellent. You are a very quick learner, you learned it very well. Then he asked the other student, what happened to you? Why did you not make it? He said, I'm sorry, when I went outside, I found an old person was struggling. He was in great distress. So he was asking for help. And I just couldn't ignore him. So I went and I had to attend to him, make sure he is comfortable. And then I didn't get time to get all these herbs and make the medicine. Then the Guru asked the other person, did you also not see this old man outside? He said, of course, but I have to obey my Guru. So obedience is the biggest quality. So I decided that I will obey you, and I ignored that person and went. And then Nagarjuna said to the second man, I am selecting you. Because why? He said, I don't know how to teach compassion. I know how to teach how medicines can be made. So you have the quality which a Vaidya already needs. The other person, if I teach him, he may not use it for the good of humanity. So Shastram Shastrani Salilam Guna Dosha Pravrittaye Patra Pekshini. So just like milk, if you put it into a bad vessel, it gets spoiled. So the knowledge of Ayurveda, if it comes into the right hands, then it will help humanity. That is the basic principle. In Ayurveda also it is said, Ardra Santanada Tyaga Sad Dhamma. Swartha Buddhi Parartheshu Paryaptamedi Sadvratam. So that is the single principle. What you said, compassion, love. Swartha Buddhi Parartheshu. Thinking of the other person as you would think of yourself. And it has to happen spontaneously. That is what is called compassion. And that is a quality which is very rare. And in olden days, to select a Vaidya, this was given the first and foremost importance. Because the rest of the skills you can develop by training. If you do not have that compassion, that desire to help others, if that is there, then there won't be any conflict with medical systems also. Because your goal is only to help the patient. It doesn't matter whether it's allopathy or Ayurveda or So I think that is the spirit in which we must move forward. I wish you all the very best in your pursuit of the career of Ayurveda. I'm sure.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. Now, with due respect and honor, I would like to welcome Brahmachari Achyudamrita Chaitanya, Principal, School of Spiritual and Cultural Studies, to bless the gathering with his graceful words.
Om Yasya Smarnamatreణ Jnanamutpadyate Swayam Sa eva sarvasambatti Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. A very warm welcome, a very good morning, and all the very best at the outset. Let me wish you. I was really enjoying the talks, the enlightening talks given by our great personalities with whom I am sharing a seat. Actually, I feel a little old man out here. But Ramanoharji gave me a very good thread to move forward, maybe for 5 minutes or like that. So Ramanoharji told or asked what is the essential qualification to become a Vaidya. And rightly one of our students answered compassion. And Ramanoharji again said there is no way to teach compassion. But here we have a fortune. We can see compassion manifest, personified in Amma. So if we just watch her, just associate us with her, compassion will slowly start sprouting in us, because her whole life is just compassion. And Amma says, the beginning and end of spirituality is compassion. And one more quote is from Amma. Our duty towards the Almighty is compassion towards the suffering people. So this is a very good place for all of you to become excellent Vaidyas, because the Bhava Bhishak is here in the form of Amma. So you can learn compassion. You will get a lot of opportunities to manifest the compassion within all of you. Amma says it is there. Compassion is in us, but it is covered by many selfish and negative emotions and concepts. So actually it will be there in the bottom, maybe at the very bottom of your heart. It is there, and it can be manifested by this opportunity, by the ecosystem in which you are going to flourish for the next 5.5 years. So anyway, it is the right place that you have chosen to become a Vaidya. And then I would like to add, I am actually from the School of Spiritual and Cultural Studies. So what is in common? Why these great persons have selected me to come and sit here? Because we have a very big thing in common. In Spiritual and Cultural Studies, we give stress to Dharma. And Ayurveda is also based on Dharma. I have very little knowledge about Ayurveda. Because of my curiosity only, I have went through some of the verses of Vagpadacharya. And there is in the first chapter itself, there is a verse, Sukhartha sarvabhudanam mata sarva pravrittayaha sukham jana vina dharma tasmat dharma varo bhave. All our endeavors are prompted by the desire for happiness. And there is no happiness without dharma. So, his clarion call to all of us, all of those who pursues Ayurveda or who studies his work, Ashtanga Hridaya, is that Tasmat Dharma Bharo Bhavet. The first and foremost duty or the first and foremost qualification for one to enter into Ashtanga Hridaya and the other related texts is Dharma Bharat. We have to become Dharma Bharat. And what is the culmination of Dharma? Let me quote from Ashtanga Hridaya itself. Atmavat Sadaram Pashyet Abhikita Pipilikum. Atmavat Sadaram Pashyet Abhikita Pipilikum. Amma says there is a beautiful verse, a song that Amma herself created. When she got that realization of spiritual, that ultimate spiritual realization, she spontaneously created a poem. It begins like this. Ananda Vidhiyilodende Yatmavu Adi Rasichu Nadannoru Naal. Kodi Abdhangal Pinnitta Kathakalin Charu Sirayil Udichuyarnu. In that flow, in the middle, she says, Annu Totanyamai Kanan Karinila, Ellam Endatmavan Nortu. So her realization is that Not only hers, anyone who gets the final realization, the supreme realization, the experience is അന്നു തൊട്ട് അന്യമായി കാണാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞില്ല. You will not be able to see anything separate from us. എല്ലാം എൻ്റെ ആത്മാവെന്നോർത്തു. The experience is that everything is my own self. In Bhagavad Gita, it is the term used for that person of realization is Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma, one who has become the Atma of everyone. And in Ashtanga also, Atmavat Sadadam Pashyed Abhi Kedavi Biligam. Even insects, ants, everything should be seen as my own self. So this type of a high goal is set for all the students of Ayurveda. So our subject also is the same. From the School of Spiritual and Cultural Studies, we offer courses in which this feeling of oneness is highlighted. Amma asks us to uplift all the students, even if an inch, towards the goal of oneness. So this is the common thing that I find from the topics that we discuss and you in Ayurveda discuss. And one more thing I will tell and conclude. Everybody of the eminent speakers mentioned about Gurukula. Some type of a Gurukula is necessary, especially for programs in Ayurveda and such topics. And all of you have come. Some 60 students have come from different states. It's very heartening that there are students from 14 states. Great. And all of you are going to reside here for the next 5.5 years, and it will be a type of Gurukula style here. And all of you are pursuing the same subject. And who will succeed? Who will succeed? I am tempted to quote one more Sanskrit sloka. Devim vacham upasadehi bahavo sarantu saraswadam janire nidaramasau gurukula klishto murari kavi. There are many poets in Sanskrit. Murari was a great poet. His famous work is Anargharakavu about drama. It's a drama. And about him it is said, Devim vacham upasadehi bahavo. There are many who worships or who seeks the essence of vacham. Vak or vacham word is the medium through which knowledge is transferred. Even if it be Ayurveda or engineering or any other topic, any other subject, word is the carrier of knowledge. So you are all going to worship word, vacham, Devi vacham upasade. Interestingly, the author of your famous text is Vagbhata, one who uses words as a weapon. Vagbhata. So all of you are going to do upasana of words. Devim vacham upasadehi bahavo. Some 60 people will be doing this worship. Sarantu saraswadam janide. But the essence of Saraswati, essence of knowledge, that is essence of words, is known only by Murari. Why? Gurukula klishto murari kavi. You have to undergo the pain of Gurukula vasa. There is a kind of tapas when you start living in a Gurukula. So you will also have to, all of you will have to go through some kind of tapas here that you are going to face in the next 5.5 years, but face it with a positive mindset. Take it as a challenge. There will be many works given to you, assignments, exams, many things are there. Just now you will have to go through a 10-day camp on spoken Sanskrit. It's a very interesting thing, but there are some challenges. In the same way, you will have to learn some grammar. Siddhanta Kaumudi of Varadaraja. These are all very new for you, and then your text will be there. And a speciality of this institution is that the Moolan texts, the original texts, are given more importance. I have discussed with many people from different Ayurvedic colleges, and they say that there is not at all importance given to the Moolam, the original Sanskrit text in many of the institutions. But here there is a very strong team, Samhita and Siddhanta and Sanskrit, who will be pressing you to at least get some idea or some familiarization with the Moolam of all the Sanskrit original texts of Ayurveda. So this will be a small challenge, but you take it in a positive way, that Gurukula Klesham should be there. You have to undergo a little tapas so that you will reach the heights of knowledge. So I'm not extending my talk because this was actually a class. Swamiji was telling that we will have some refreshment after the class. Then I thought, what class? It's going to be meeting, no? But now I experienced that this is a class in which simultaneously 6 teachers are teaching 60 students. Anyway, this was a very, very, very nice experience for me also. I wish all you the very best and let Amma shower her grace on you to make your lives fulfilled. Namaskar.
Thank you, Swamiji, for your blissful words. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Leena P. Nair, Associate Professor, Department of Samhita Siddhanta and Sanskrit, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Nama. Respected Swamiji, Nambudiri sir, Ramesh sir, Ramana sir and Achyutananda Chaitanya Swamiji on the dais, and my dear students. Today it's a new beginning of your journey of life, and well begun is half done is actually. So we, the Amida family, wholeheartedly welcome to this divine campus as well as to the science of Ayurveda, all of you. So we, the management and faculty members, assure you that we will provide you all the possible ways to attain knowledge in Ayurveda and also to mold you to be a good human being to serve the mankind. In return, you all should promise to utilize the available resources to its fullest. Now, I am moving on to my duty. First of all, I would like to thank God Almighty for this opportunity to conduct this program. And next, Amma, our Chancellor, we are wholeheartedly thankful to you, Amma, for materializing this institution in its divinity. And our beloved Swamiji, Dean of Ayurveda, Swami Shankaramritananda Puri, his constant support and blessings helped us to conduct this function successfully. And also, today he inspired all of you to ready to face the challenges comes in your way and face it confidently. Thank you, Swamiji, for your inspiring words. Next, I am taking this opportunity to thank Dr. M.R.V. Nambudiri sir. He was a former principal, and his visionary words definitely I am sure that enlighten you people. Then he explained how to live the life as Hita and Sukha by following the Satvrita. So thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. Next, I am taking this opportunity to thank Dr. Ramanohar sir. And sir also inspired all of you to think globally about the health intelligence. And he inspired all of you to be the light, to use the wisdom of health care incorporating the human values. Thank you, sir, for coming here and giving the inspiring words. Next, I am taking the opportunity to thank Brahmachari Achyutananda Chaitanya, Principal, School of Spiritual and Cultural Studies, Amida Vishwavidyapitham. And he explained about the importance of dharma. So that's, let all your endeavors be blessed with dharma and consider all the creatures as one. So thank you, Swamiji, for coming here and blessed our occasion. Next, the most important person, our principal sir, Ramesh sir. So he will be always with us he will be always with you as a father. So he will look after all your things and every day-to-day activities. So thank you, sir, for supporting them and bless this occasion. Next, I would like to thank all of you. Because of you people, we all are here. Because the speakers have explained that so many seats are vacant in almost all the colleges. But in our college, I think all the seats are filled. So thank you, because without your support, it is nothing possible. So thank you, all of you to come here from far distances and occupy the seats. And you are blessed to have seat here. So we are in a university, it's a divine university, and we are headed by our Chancellor, Mada Amritanandamai Devi. So I heartily thank you, all of you, to be here. Thank you, one and all. And next, I would like to thank my organizing team, then ICTS team, AOC team, and Sudhi, and all the one who have rendered the prayer, and all my PG students. Thank you, one and all. So first, I will conclude this word of thanks with a slogan that is, Ajaryat Padam Adate, Padam Shishya Swamedhaya, Padam Sa Brahmacharibhyam, Padam Kalakramenacha. So we promise you that 1/4 of your knowledge will be definitely enlightened by we people. So thank you one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. By this, we come to the end of the induction ceremony of VMS Batch 2022. From tomorrow, the Samskrita Sambhashana Shibiram will commence. So all the students should assemble in the same hall, that is Vagbata Hall, by sharp 9:30 a.m. Thank you. Have a nice day.